Imagine you're working on a very important project. You're on a tight deadline and time is running out. And your computer starts stalling on you. And most of us have been in this position at some point or another. And for those of us who haven't, you probably will be at some point, given the fact that nearly all business uses computers at some point or another. Did you know that upgrading your RAM is the least expensive, easiest, and most effective way to improve your computer's overall performance? Well, it is. And today I will guide you step by step how you can do just that. Before you begin, you should be aware of your computer's current specifications, what type of RAM you're using, and whether it is upgradable or not. Generally, that would be listed on the manufacturer's specifications when you purchase the computer. To find out what specifications you're currently running, you go to the Start button on your computer, go to My Computer and right-click, then go to the Properties tab. This should show your computer's current configuration. This computer is currently running 1.1 gigahertz at 256 megabytes of RAM. I'm going to upgrade the RAM to 512, which entails using two 256 megabyte RAM sticks. First, you start by shutting the computer down, like you normally would. Keep in mind safety while you're doing this. Keep in mind that computers can shock you even though they are unplugged and turned off. There are components inside that hold a charge long after the computer has been unplugged. You wait for the computer to shut down. After the computer shuts down, you unplug all the cords from the back of the computer. Keep in mind it's easiest to remove the tower from the computer stand and set it on a table or some sort of flat surface like I have this computer right now. And there are different types of computers and they come apart in many different ways. This particular one just has a side panel with two screws. You pull back on the side panel and it pops off the computer. Set it out of the way. Then you want to locate the RAM inside the computer, which will be two long circuit boards that are usually sticking perpendicular to the motherboard. They'll have the white clips, as you can see, on the top and bottom that are made for removing the RAM sticks. You begin by pressing those. Sometimes it's easier to remove your guard for your fan. You press the tabs, which should lift the RAM stick out of the socket. Keep in mind that you want to touch the body of the computer at all times to prevent an electrostatic spark, which could damage the internal computer parts. You have to carefully make sure that the top and the bottom of the RAM stick go into the slots simultaneously, and then press in the center, which should snap both of the white tabs in place. Install the other one. Again, press firmly in the center. Make sure to replace the fan cover. Replace the side panel of the computer. Screw the screws back in. Plug in all of your cables. turn the computer back on. Keep in mind that there are many different types of RAM. You have DDR2, which uses 240 pins, and it has one notch near the center, rather than having two like this one. And there's DDR, which has one offset notch, uses 184 pins. There's SDR, which is what type of RAM I'm using in this computer. It has one notch near the center, and then one closer to the edge, and it uses 168 pins. And there's also RAM, which has two notches near the center and uses 184 pins. And wait for the computer to come up, and we can check the specifications to make sure that it is actually upgraded and that both of the RAM chips are working. Always keep in mind to be careful when working inside the computer, because it is dangerous and there are components that hold electrical charge long after the computer has been unplugged. And make sure while you're working inside the computer that you always try to touch the body of the computer to ground yourself so that there's not an electrostatic spark which could damage the components in the computer. Now the computer is up and running. And again, you go to the Start menu, go to My Computer, you right click, go to Properties, and once it comes up it should show you your new RAM and other computer specifications. Finally coming up here, and it says 512 megabytes of RAM that has been successfully upgraded. That's pretty much all there is to it. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.